What's going on, guys? I want to cover AMD's chart. Again, I know a lot of you guys do not trade options, but maybe it's something that you guys can look at. I've been in a swing trade on AMD going back to last Thursday. And let me kind of show you the reason why I've been in this swing trade on AMD. And what would get me out of this trade and what would enable me to hold this trade. So if we go back to last Wednesday, we know we had that big spike, right? Okay, so I didn't buy on the big spike. Okay, I wish I would have. I just, I didn't know what the hell was going on this day. Pause of 90-day tariffs, whatever, right? We just absolutely exploded. As we started to pull back here, we pulled back into this demand zone area that I had. And this demand zone area that I had here was Thursday's lows. Okay, so we put in a low on Thursday, and I started to drop that low of day price, and I started to drag that across. I also noticed that it was Monday, the Monday going into Tuesday morning's pre-market high. I also noticed that we had a lot of price action trade there the Friday prior, where we kind of wicked below, we bounced, we wicked below, we bounced, right? So this is acting as a key area down here. And once we started to kind of push up, right, I want to zoom into this day so you guys can see what got me into this swing trade. So notice here on Thursday, right, we sell off, we sell off, we sell off, we hit this demand zone, we bounce, we pulled back once more. And again, we're looking at a 30-minute time frame. We pulled back once more and we started to hold. So I got long coming out here with full intentions to get out of this position if it lost 85s. And we just kind of traded sideways. Going into Friday's price action, we just slowly drifted higher, right, into our next area of supply. We kind of chopped around, and today we gapped up. Now, contracts are sitting up pretty nicely the price was sitting pretty nicely in the pre-market, but realistically, as soon as market open today, AMD just kind of sold right back off into this demand zone. So what's going to get me out of this trade? Again, my average price is down here in this range over here, 80, 87, $86. If we start to lose 92, okay, and then once I see us lose 92, we start to bounce and we get rejected below 92, 93, I'll just cut the position there because more than likely we're going to come back down to this zone. If we hold this range between 92 and 93 and we kind of trickle back upwards, if I can get us back over this pre-market high, I can get us back over Wednesday's highs. If we can get over $98, right, 97 to 98, full intentions this is going to hit $100 and beyond. $100 is also going to be that $99 price point's also your daily 20. I want to see a close over the daily 20, and then I have full intentions of this touching 105. But again, going to be watching this pretty closely. If you're looking for shorts, maybe something that you're going to want to see is tomorrow we're starting to push up, but we fail to kind of, hold around 97, 98, and then it kind of comes back down and it loses this area. If it loses that area, then we're going to look for some short positions, short term for a day trade. Again, let me just zoom in this way and let me kind of show you guys. So let's say tomorrow, right? Let's say tomorrow we kind of just continue to push higher. And then let's say we start to get rejected at this area off the open and we're putting in these lower highs. This might be a good area to short because you can use 98 as a stop and you can ride this down into 92. And if this closes below 92 this week, well, then you're going to have a lot of room back down all the way to 85. What I'm looking for here ultimately in the pre-market is maybe we stay trading around this range. We open up, we dip once more very quickly into this demand zone, and then we push up. This might give you a good opportunity to buy some calls and get in long for an anticipation that we start pushing back up towards 98, and that's going to be a good little day trade there. And again, if we do get over 98, right, and we hold this area, we break and retest it, then we can get into 99 and then 105. That's what I'm looking for here on AMD. I think it looks pretty good, assuming that we can hold 92. Now, again, it doesn't change things if we lose 92 for a brief moment in time. Like if we wick below 92, that's okay. I would need to see, at least one or two definitive candle closes on a 30-minute time frame, or even a very solid 1 hour close below 92. That would get me out of my long position. I'll just take whatever gains that I have in this range and then just kind of wrap it up, maybe look for the back test and then to get in to push short. But again, if we do kind of close or wick below that 1 30-minute candle or 1 hour candle and then we push back into the range, that might give me more confluence to add into my position, right? So if we do something like this where we kind of come down below 92 and then we do this number, I might add to my position on that reclaim. so that way I can double up my profits as we make this run towards 96, 97, and 98. Okay, the only thing that would get me out of this position, again, let me just reiterate that, only thing that gets me down into this position is if we close below 93, and then once we come back, we have a hard time here holding that area, and then we start to fall. That would get me out of my position, and I might actually look to short this range, right? Might actually look to short this range back down into the 80s. So again, two-sided trade there. I'm hoping, obviously, for my position that we can hold and go higher. I am targeting at least $99 to $100. I would love to see AMD close above 99 over that daily 20 in the next few days, or even, hopefully by this week, but by next week, if we can get that close over the daily 20, would be very, very bullish. One thing though that I do want to mark out though is, where's my drawing tool at, is we are creating kind of a little bit of a flag, right? So if I kind of take this low point and I drag it and I drag it, I got 3 multiple touch points. We kind of did lose that area today, right? So look at where we're kind of opening up here in the after hours, kind of holding. If we fail, right, to kind of whoops, why did it do that? If we fail to kind of, get back over this area, it could be acting as resistance now, right? If we fail, right? And then you might do something like that, which that's not really what I want to see, but I will flip short. I will catch a day trade on that, but just want to give you some levels here that I'm looking at on AMD, and we're going to kind of see how this wants to play out. Again, this can be very discretionary. I can definitely do something like this, where I take these 2 touch points and I do something like that. Then that would mean that we can still kind of pull back down into my demand zone once more before we bounce, right? So if we kind of do something like this, right? That's what I would look for. So again, we'll have to see. Time will be of the essence here to see what we do this week. Again, short trading week, so keep that in mind as well. Also, if you guys are interested in trading with me, I have a 30-day boot camp. You guys can trade with me live, where you can see my screen. I can go over these supply and demand levels in real time. You can communicate via voice chat or text chat. Again, if you want, that link is down in the description box below. I'll see all of you guys on the next video.